Punch your cards in, YouTube, we are back. This is Fresh Pair returning for another edition of Tech Focus where I will nitpick and share my thoughts about the tech of a shoe. This isn't for everyone, you've been warned. For today, we will examine the cushioning of the Nike Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit. In case you missed my performance review for this shoe, I gotcha. I already made one. If you don't know it yet, check the links below. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because there will be more. Give this video a thumbs up while you're at it. Follow me on Instagram and go check my website for more info. With that said, let's get in focus. When Nike unveiled the Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit, I was thrilled. There were several things that caught my interest, one of which is the cushioning setup. There was zoom, and then there were the cord out sections in the midsole. But the headliner for me was the purpose behind the design of the cushioning setup, which was the attempt to mimic the effect of a trampoline. I was excited, but I also had my reservations. The zoom bag in the Nike Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit covers the heel to the ball of the foot. Loosely speaking, this setup is full length, but on a strictly technical sense, it is not full length. Part of the cushioning setup of this shoe is the Phylon midsole. It sits below the zoom bag, however, this is not your usual Phylon midsole. This is because the Phylon has 5 cord out sections. One at the ball of the foot, another one beside it, one at the heel, and the 4th and 5th ones along the midfoot. Supposedly, the cord out sections in the Phylon midsole will make the zoom have a trampoline effect. The idea is that the zoom will compress a bit down the cord out sections, then bounce back up upon release of foot pressure just like a trampoline. In other words, the cushioning setup is designed to replicate the impact protection as well as the propulsion or rebound that trampolines provide. Now we go to the main point. As far as impact protection is concerned, the cushioning setup here is really good. On the flip side, however, the cushioning setup lacks the propulsion that it promises to deliver. The thing is, elasticity is an important component of trampolines, so let's start with elasticity. In a nutshell, elasticity is the property of a material to return to its original shape or size after force is applied, such as squeezing or stretching, without breaking apart. Let's consider the elasticity in trampolines. I'm not simply talking about the elasticity of the mat or fabric platform used often in trampolines. Rather, I'm referring to the elasticity of what actually surrounds the mat, the springs. You see, the surrounding springs are the things that actually give trampolines that propulsion. Springs are highly elastic. They can snap back to their original shape after stretching or after a certain amount of force has been applied. On its own, the trampoline mat will not give you that significant pushback. Remove the springs on a trampoline and all you have is a metal frame with a mat without propulsion. Here is the simplified science behind it. Once you land on the trampoline mat after jumping, the mat receives the force of your landing. In turn, the mat pulls the spring. In other words, the landing force causes the springs to stretch up to the point where they can no longer stretch and start to return to their original shape. Once the springs start to return to their original shape, they also begin to pull the mat back. The springs will continue to pull until they have returned to their original shape. Now, as a result of this return, the mat will also return to its flat or original state. It is during this process where the mat will propel you upwards. Unfortunately, the cushioning setup in this shoe is not quite similar to the setup of a trampoline. Instead of highly elastic springs at the perimeter, what this has is a Phylon or foam material, which is too far from being as elastic as springs. In fact, Phylon has low elasticity. That is why Phylon is quick to have compression marks. As for the cord out sections of the midsole, they simply provide extra space for the zoom to compress down. They do not act like springs. Neither does the zoom itself. This is because it's also important for the zoom to have a solid and firm base beneath it so that it can compress and decompress adequately. A solid and firm base will also help the tensile fibers inside the zoom to do their job properly. Plus, without the needed elasticity, a large chunk of the force from your foot is transferred to the zoom, then the Phylon, which ultimately ends up to the floor. In short, there is no significant return force, only shock absorption for the most part. That is why the cushioning here has great impact protection but does not give that noticeable trampoline effect. But to be fair, the cushioning setup here was not designed to copy the setup of a trampoline. Instead, what it intends to mimic is merely the effect of a trampoline, emphasis on effect. Unfortunately, even the effect is not there, or is at least not noticeable enough due to insufficient elasticity. Look, I am not saying that the cushioning here is bad, it is still very good. Rather, what I'm saying is that you won't really feel the trampoline effect here. Extra cookie points though for Leo Chang for at least trying to do something new and different. Innovation is a tough task, and it goes through a trial and error process. That is it for today's Tech Focus. Let me know your thoughts, post them up in the comment section. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, check my website, watch my performance review for the Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit. All the links are posted below. This is Fresh Pair signing out for today. Thanks for watching. Peace.